everyone, the name is Kris Barocsi, and in today's Gear Corner video we're going to be checking out the REVV G2 overdrive pedal. Later on in this video I will compare the G2 with the G3 and G4 just that you get an idea what the tonal difference is and the difference in the corrector is, and especially in the gain structure and the amount of gain between all three pedals. But let's first of all concentrate on the G2, and before we get into specs or any details, let's just hear some sounds. I had the drive little toggle switch in the middle, which is the least amount of gain, and as you've seen on the screen, the knobs are pretty much around 12 o'clock, so just little adjustments to make it work for my taste, but it's pretty much nothing radical going on. Let's go through the gain stages. The drive knob settings. Drive off. Drive switch in the blue position, which is up. And drive switch in the red position.
It's doing something similar to what the aggression switches do on the G3 and the G4. And what's interesting is on the actual amp, the drive switch doesn't exist. Yeah. This was something that Dan asked me. He's like, do we want to do kind of different gain voicing / saturations with with either an aggression switch or, a drive switch, or I can't remember what else he was thinking about calling it for a while. And I was like, yeah, sure. Let's try it and see what we think. Yeah. Every now and then on the green channel, I wish I had a little more, low mids, a little more saturation.
Yeah. So you not only get more gain, the EQ curve changes. Already in the blue position, the sounds gets wider and bigger, more bass, more treble, just a more of a beefy sound, more amp-like sound. And in red position, it just gets a little more of that even. More gain and even more of a huge sound. Before I turn on the pedal, I think it's a perfect moment to show you the amp sound, which is the REVV Dynamis 740. And that's the G2 set to a sort of a clean boost sound. So it's only distorting on the bridge pickup position because this pickup has tons of mids and girth, and it loves to push amps into saturation anyhow, even though it's a low output single coil pickup. Let's try the same thing out with the Les Paul. I'm in the middle position, and I'll let you hear the amp without the pedal first. So it's just on the edge of breakup. Same setting, G2 is on. let's check it out. What's going on here?
Okay, so channel 2 from the generator, 120. So this is the last pedal from the G series line. Okay. So we started with the 3, then the 4, and then the 2. And the reason for that is my favorite channel on all of our amps is the green channel. So it has the most sag in it. It's the most bluesy, which means, yeah, it was going to take more time because I was going to be really picky about how it reacted, and so was anybody else we sent it to.
There's a lot in the details, right?
Oh yes, because the big thing that you're looking for, at least in my opinion, is you're looking for the dynamics and the sag in it.
Yeah.
So
do you mean like chewiness?
Yes. Oh. I want it to be as chewy as possible when you crank that gain.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So you have 3 gain options. You have it off, which is this little drive switch, which is not called aggression now because it's not necessarily a metal pedal at all.
That's right.
The second sound I want to show you is a sort of a low to medium gain crunch sound. And that's the kind of sound I really enjoy playing, because if you dig in, you have all that crunch and sort of a punk rock, funk rock kind of, you know, kind of thing. And if you pay attention to not play that strong, you still have your especially on neck pickups, neck single coils, this kind of sound is very inspiring and sort of spongy and nice and chewy. Same setting on Les Paul is already British hot rodded amp sound. It's really cool. But still you have the dynamics, which is nice, even with humbuckers. And it cleans up very well too. That's my neck pickup. This is 10. And the same sound on sort of 6. And on 5. It's pretty much clean. All right, let's gun this baby. I'm on the red drive setting and I have the gain almost all the way up. With the same settings, you get a nasty rock sound with the Les Paul. Chunky as hell. All right, cool. Let's compare the 3 pedals. It's gonna be very interesting. I will try to set them the way I like them. So it's not gonna be an everything at 12 o'clock kind of comparison, which doesn't make any sense because everything at 12 o'clock is in many cases not the best sound you can get out of a pedal. So I think it makes a lot of sense to stick to a sound I think the pedal does really well and just show the radical differences. I start with the G2. This is the sound. I will stick to my Les Paul because the other 2 pedals work better with a humbucker guitar. One thing I love doing when I'm using pedal gain, which is pretty much all the time, is stacking pedals. So I love having a sort of a neutral sounding, not really amp-like, but sort of balanced low gain pedal, which is gonna be my sound basically, and then sticking sort of boosty type of pedals, overdrives or clean boost in front of that. Now I have the G2 on and that's it. I just turn on the Archer going into the G2. So that's just the G2. And the Archer into the G2. So that's not a modern high gain sound. It's not like your, I don't know, technical death metal high gain sound, but it's a really nice, thick, rich, heavy rock sound. You don't always have to have a high gain pedal if you have more low gain pedals that work well together. If you want to keep it simple, or you just don't want to have a huge board, you can go with something like the G3, G4, or other high gain pedals, which is very nice too. In case I forget something, please let me know in the comment section. I can come back to this theme. I will have to keep this G2, so it will stick, and it's a keeper, definitely. You guys take it easy, comment, and ring the bell. Without the bell, your subscription doesn't mean anything. You will not know about videos coming up, and it would be awesome. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.